Hello. I hope everyone is well. This is the third video of this Elul mini-series exploring Elul and the work to be done here. Today I want to focus on the idea that Elul is an acronym for Ani L'Dodi V'Dodi Li, that I am to my beloved and my beloved is to me. And to continue what we've been exploring, the theme of Elul being showing up, this is exactly, I think, what this means. It means showing up face to face with relationships, with relationships to my beloved, and that could be on many levels at different times. It could be relationship to myself, relationship to a beloved, relationship to loved ones, and the ultimate relationships to Hashem and to all of reality. And often we don't show up face to face because, as Rav Kook explains in the 12th chapter of his book Orot Tshuva, that when we do something wrong, when we do a mistake, and Rav Nachman talks about this also, when we make a mistake, we go from a place of ahava, of connection, to sina, to disconnection. We go from a place of love to hatred. We start hating ourselves, but we can't live with hating ourselves, so we project it onto others, and we start hating those that usually those that we're closest with. And so Rav Nachman teaches that the anecdote to this, he teaches this in Torah Vav, in Likutei Moharan. The antidote to this is tshuva. And tshuva, when you take responsibility for your actions, when you recognize, when you admit, when you take responsibility for what you've done, the actions that you've done that harmed yourself and others, when you do that, you go into and you personify, so to speak, Hashem and Hashem's name Ehyeh. Ehyeh is the name that Hashem said to Moshe at the burning bush. Ehyeh asher Ehyeh, I will be that which I will be. And Rav Nachman explains that when you do tshuva, you cleanse yourself in such a way that you can now re-engage in reality in an intimate way, face to face, and be in Ehyeh, be that which you are, be experience itself, Ehyeh. Be experience itself. Be fully present in the moment. Be fully present in everything that's going on. Be fully present in every relationship in your life through doing tshuva. So Rav Nachman continues and says, okay, well, how do we do this? How do we step into a place of Ehyeh? How do we do this tshuva that can bring us into this place of complete presence? So he says that you have to change dam to dome. That you have to change blood to silence. So what does that mean? So he explains that well, he doesn't explain this, but what I think he's talking about is the pseudo-science, pseudo-spiritual explanation that the blood carries the emotions, right? When you're scared, when you're very emotional, your blood starts pumping and pounding, your adrenaline starts pumping, you go into often go into fight or flight mode, and your blood is just constantly pumping through. And he talks a little bit about left ventricle and right ventricle, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But the automatic response, often to experiences that are threatening, and relationships that are threatening, and relationships become threatening when you can't show up fully, face to face, authentically. Intimately, it always becomes threatening. When that happens, your blood starts flowing and pumping, and he says that to stop that, you have to change dam to dome. You have to change blood to silence. You have to be silent. You have to pause. You have to wait. You have to listen. Listen to what's happened. Listen to what's going around. When someone is yelling at you, pause, be silent, listen. And through that, you step into tshuva. You hear, and you're able to really hear the criticism of the other person, maybe the criticism of yourself, really hear it instead of lashing right back out. And through that, you step into place of tshuva. You step into place of Ehyeh, and then you're able to step into place of face-to-face relationships where you are Ani V'Dodi V'Dodi Li. I think it's critical and very wise that actually the order of the pasuk is Ani L'Dodi V'Dodi Li, that I am to my beloved first, and then my beloved will be to me. Often the pitfall of relationships, and the only relationships that really work, are where each person says, Ani v'dodi li, that I am going to initiate, I'm going to show up fully, and hopefully then as a consequence my beloved will show up fully to me. But I first need to show up fully, and that's from all of my mentors that I've learned about relationships, from that is the only way that a relationship can work, when both parties are fully saying that I am going to initiate this, I'm going to fully show up. So Chaim, I hope this was interesting and inspiring. May we really pause, be silent, listen, and through that be able to do deep tshuva that leads us to be able to personify and step into a place of eya, of being fully present, of being fully engaged, of being all that we can be, and through that being able to come face to face with our beloveds, and through that being able to step into Ani v'dodi li in the work and what's being offered in Elul. L'chaim, l'chaim.